And so the stories that you tell are really important, not only to help you to get the job in the interview, but it's about making human connection, being able to tell something about yourself or something about an important concept that you need to convey to a client or a friend or a coworker. And so the process of storytelling, being able to set the stage and capture someone's attention, pull them in, followed by is building the narrative, and going through the arc, the hero's journey, and having that problem that shows up, and then being able to get through that. And then finally at the end, when you get to the climax of the problem and there doesn't seem like a way that that problem can be resolved, um, coming in and showing that, yeah, you have the skills and the abilities and you learned how to, or even if you didn't solve the problem, that you learned how to solve the problem afterwards. So having that resolution at the end. So having those three stages, the buildup of the story, having the climax of, hey, this is the problem that occurred, and then the resolution of that problem is the process of telling a story. And during an interview, that's really all you need to do. Besides asking questions, is being able to tell short, succinct stories so that people understand who you are and the value that you can bring to the role and the company that you'll be working for. So that it does take some practice. And normally with stories, the process that I'll go through is thinking through some scenarios and writing the response of the story out. So that way you can think through the details. And when you present the story, it comes across as normal, it comes across as natural, and it's something that you can connect with people. And in every scenario, the story might adapt and fit the situation. But by writing it out and reflecting on it, you're able to make sure that it's authentic, because that's the primary thing. You want these stories to be authentic. You don't want to exaggerate, you don't want to lie. But remembering the details is really important to making it feel authentic and having it come across as a story that's natural. The remembering of the details, that's really what trips you up, and it breaks up the ability of people to follow a story. So go through that process of through the exercises that you'll see in the lesson that I've linked, uh, taking questions that an interviewer might ask and coming up with 3 to 4 minute stories to respond to those questions will help the interview flow smoothly and for you to gain trust and ultimately get the offer, or at least move to the next stage of the interview in that process.